The prevalence of political correctness. Nowhere is it more evident than in our nation's universities, especially at Christmas time. Turns out several schools are trying to advance so-called tolerance by banning spiritual expressions of Christmas. Case in point, James Madison University in Virginia. The school refused to allow a Christian a cappella group to sing any Christian-based Christmas carols at a tree lighting ceremony because, well, it represents a specific religion. Instead, the group was told to sing secular songs, and that's just one example among many. But if Christ is the reason for Christmas, why are so many so keen to leave him out? For more, let's welcome in Abigail Alger, contributor for campusreform.org. Abigail, thanks for your time tonight here on Newsmax Prime.
Thanks for having me.
What is going on here? Is there a specific, palpable anti-Christian movement at most college campuses?
Well, in the name of tolerance, many colleges and universities are prohibiting all religious or cultural expressions in the holiday season. You mentioned one at James Madison University. The University of Tennessee at Knoxville also drew the ire of state lawmakers for prohibiting any parties that involve food or drink from a specific culture, or games like a secret Santa gift exchange, or even playing dreidel.
Well, you know, that's interesting because I'm an alumnus of NC State, and I remember the Spanish club. When I was taking Spanish, they would have tertulias, and we would have food from Central America. So, you know, it's kind of interesting over at UT Knoxville. Sounds like some folks would be banning not only holiday expressions, but cultural enrichment that I thought universities were part of. Here's the other thing, Abigail. Doesn't tolerance mean to tolerate? Perhaps not agree with something, but to tolerate different points of view.
Absolutely. Colleges seem to be confusing freedom of religion with freedom from religion. Some of the examples are just kind of silly, like at Cornell University, where they say that holly is okay to display, but mistletoe is not. As the Leadership Institute's campus reform has found and been documenting online, there's all sorts of instances with colleges across the country showing these kinds of examples in the holiday season and, unfortunately, also outside of it.
Well, Abigail Alger, we will keep an eye on what's happening on campus. To you, we say Merry Christmas as you Skype in from Washington, D.C. Thanks so much. Now, time for the way you see it, your comments that come to us via social media. The first comment tonight comes from Al, who writes in about Donald Trump's stance on Muslim immigration. Al writes, there have been times in American history that immigration from some regions of the world was suspended, so Trump doesn't offer anything new or horrible. One way to prove him wrong is to take serious action against, quote, all enemies, foreign and domestic. And by domestic, I mean the one in the center of American politics, who lives in the White House. I guess the president will like your Christmas card, huh, Al? Finally, we hear from Terry writing in, and she writes, this is amazing. All coverage of Trump is being blown out of proportion. He said, halt Muslim immigration until it can be looked at. Finally, someone who is actually thinking of Americans first. The media obviously doesn't get it. Well, we'd like to have your comments, and you can get them to us by going to newsmaxtv.com/comments. My closing comments, as always, stay brave, stay free, stay tuned.